There is nothing more frustrating or sad than spending a lot of time, love, and money knitting a sweater that doesn't fit. Hi, welcome to CHeri Knits. I love knitting and I want you to love it too. Today I'm going to give you some tips, a couple key places to measure to make sure you're choosing the right size so that your sweater fits. Let's get started.
Let's talk about how to choose the right size for your body type. And today we're specifically talking about sweaters, pullovers, cardigans, maybe even a poncho, but anything that goes over your body. How do you know what size to choose? First of all, it's really important to get accurate measurements. And if you can do it yourself, if you feel comfortable, but this is a good thing to have a friend or your partner. Go ahead and get some critical measurements for you, some key measurements. And at the very minimum, you want to have your chest measurement going right around the largest size of your chest. And then I also recommend having a midsection or like your tummy measurement, tummy hips, so that if you're making a sweater that comes down lower, you want to have that lower measurement. And then let's take a look here at the different kinds of fit. So if you have your bust measurement, then you want a very close fit, body hugging sweater, then you're going to want to take 0 to 2 inches off your actual bust size when you're choosing the size you want. And so for an example, let's just say that there's options for the sweater of like a size 44 and 48, and you're measuring 46. So you would want to go ahead and take 2 inches off and choose a 44 if you want that body hugging fit. And then the next choice is close fit, which is body contoured. And so with that same example, if your bust measurement was 46, then you would actually want to add 0 to 2 inches. So if you have a 46-inch bust, you would want to choose a size somewhere between 46 and 48. So instead of going down, you're adding 0 to 2 inches for that body contoured fit. And then standard fit, and that's probably the most common fit, and that they call that body skimming. So not too tight, not too loose. And you take your actual bust measurement and add 2 to 4 inches. So for a 46-inch bust, you would try to choose something in between 48 and 50 inches for the actual finished measurement of the garment. And then a loose fit or straight hanging fit, you take your bust measurements and you add 4 to 6 inches. So with our example, if it's 46 inches, then you're going to do 50 to 52 inches for the size of the pattern. You're going to choose that size that's between 50 and 52 inches. And if you want it really oversized, like a fun beachy sweater, something really roomy and full and cozy, maybe you're going to be layering it, then you take your actual bust size, which is 46, and add 6 plus. And a lot of sweaters these days are going up to like 10 to 14 inches beyond. You just need to be aware of that when you're looking at those finished measurements on the actual pattern. That is the finished measurement of the garment, and then you get to choose how you want it to fit. So you can take this chart and decide what kind of a fit you want and how many inches you need to take off or on. And if a finished measurement, if a sweater is designed and they say they want you to have 14 inches of positive ease, but for some reason you don't feel comfortable with that, you can feel free to make a smaller size. Just keep in mind the measurements like of the sleeve and shoulder width and things like that. You might have to do some adjusting. Now, I suggested at the beginning that you get your bust measurement as well as your tummy or midsection measurement, because if you're making a longer sweater, and let's just say that your tummy area is larger, it's a larger measurement than your bust area, then you will need to make some adjustments. And you probably want to choose a pattern. I typically choose based on the chest measurement and then do adjustments for the tummy. So if your tummy's larger and it's a top-down sweater, you would choose a size. Let's just say you're that 46 inches around your bust and you want it to be a standard fit. So you'd pick something that's like 48 to 50 inches around, but you can actually do some math and switch to the larger size for the tummy. So on a top-down sweater, you would do some increasing to get to that bigger size. And that's something that takes a little math, but that's where a lot of people have problems fitting things, is they don't necessarily fit the standard measurement. Or let's just say you've got, a much larger bust than you do and you have a very small waist and tummy. You definitely want to do some decreasing. If you're doing a top-down sweater, go with that larger bust size, but you're definitely going to want to do some decreasing for the bottom part of the sweater because you don't want it to be so loose and hanging on you. So these are some rough guides for choosing your size. Remember also that your actual bust size, the measurement of your body, is different than the finished measurement of the garment. And often the pattern will tell you a finished measurement, and they may not tell you what size that's meant for, what body. So now you've got this, and you can decide how you want it to fit, and you can do the math and take off or add the stitches as you need to. If you have any questions about this, feel free to comment below. And remember, you can do this math and figuring out, because you are in control. You are the boss of your knitting.
All right, now you're ready to choose that sweater and you know how to measure yourself so you can pick the right size to have the correct fit that you want. So go ahead and check out the link below for Twisted Yarn Shop, and you'll find lots of beautiful yarn to knit yourself a sweater. One of my favorites is Brooklyn Tweed. This is actually a Brooklyn Tweed yarn, and I really like Shelter and Tones, so check those out. See you next time.